It's Lebo with Lebo's Pinball, and here we are back on Star Trek. This is part 9. We are trucking along really close to the finish line. In fact, I think I can see it right down at the end of this this big long straight strip. We've got our foot to the floor trying to just get this thing done. So what do we got left? We have got the soundboard. There's some components on here I'm going to refresh just to try to, again, get it a little more reliable, just some stuff that's known to eventually be an issue, so we're going to deal with that. And also up here we've got the solenoid driver board, and if you look at it, I've already got the caps done. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you, I went ahead and filmed doing the work on this earlier, but that was back when my voice was gone, but I didn't cover it in the last video, so I'll just show you what I did here. It wasn't a whole lot to do, but we'll go over that real quick. We'll show you what we do here. And then we've got some of the, these are the 0.100 inch pitch connector, connectors that we need to redo. There's some of these that are going to do. I don't know that I'm going to do every one of them, but we'll see. Definitely ones that I know that have been issues. The ones that are here and through here are probably going to be the ones that definitely need emphasis, just because they get disconnected more often when you're taking heads off. So you think about the number of insertion cycles, that's going to be the one that's probably going to get a little bit more weakened. So let's go ahead and jump in on it. Let's hop over here. I'm going to show you what I did here on the solenoid driver board, and then we will move over here to the soundboard. All right, so the original caps, you've got an 11,000 and 160 microfarad caps. They get replaced actually with a 150 microfarad and a 15,000 microfarad. They work just fine. But here you got to get them strapped in right. And the one thing you got to pay attention to is you got to make sure that you get the polarity correct. It's not really hard, but just something you got to watch out for. Make sure you do it right. All right, let's get the soundboard out and start tearing into it. All right, with the board out of the game, let's kind of get a game plan here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to be replacing, some of these components. Like we've got all the capacitors that are the electrolytic ones. Those are the ones that can tend to leak out and get bad over time. So this one here, which is 100 microfarad, I believe this one's a 2.2 microfarad. And then we've got, actually I may be getting this backwards. Let's see what we got. I think this is that one's also 100 microfarad. Actually, you can see it right there. It's just a different voltage level. This one will go up to 25 volts. That one goes up to 100 volts. So we're replacing both of those. We've got, let's see, I'm going to get these three here. I'm getting them probably mixed up. I think this one's the one that's, is that the 2.2? Yeah. So that one's 2.2 microfarads, and then we've got this one's 1, and that one's also 1. So we're going to replace all those. This resistor, we'll probably go ahead and replace that as well, and this one also. The kit that I've got, it's also, I can replace that header. I don't know that I need to. This is a 156, and it looks actually pretty solid. May leave that one alone. There's also a replacement transistor, but this one's nothing wrong with this one. It came with an extra couple diodes, but I don't think I need them either. But let's go ahead and jump in on it and get all those parts replaced. Okay, so I think I've got the surgery done on this board. Just kind of go over what I ended up doing. I ended up replacing all the blue caps here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 caps. That resistor, I put a new one in there just for good measure. Same way with this one. This one was looking kind of heat damaged. I don't know. I went ahead and did it. Not that I knew that there was definitely a problem. Now, what I didn't do, this kit came with, actually, here's an extra 1 microfarad cap that would go for C23, which doesn't exist on this board because I think it goes on, I don't know if it's the Stern version of this or, I didn't look it up, but we don't need it here. We don't need this one for this this particular board, but it came with the kit. The kit also came with header pins. Again, this 156, these are already pretty solid. And since it's soundboard, I don't know that it's seeing a mega amount of of power and current. But they provide it in case you need it. Here's a tip 102 transistor to go in place of the, I think this was, it wasn't a 120, it was something, but it's working, so I don't need to mess with that. Now, one thing that I did struggle with, here's a couple pots, one for the volume and one for the sustain, which would not really be a bad idea to swap out, because some of them, they kind of get crackly over time. But the only reason right now that I'm not going to replace those is that you got a tiny little, place where you got to put a screwdriver in to turn it. And the original ones, they're working fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But the nice thing about this is you can get your finger on here and turn it real easily. Whereas that one, you're going to need to have a little, tiny screwdriver. And so, I don't know, I'm just kind of not putting them in right now, leaving that alone. And again, this also had an extra a couple diodes that I didn't need. So I think we're ready to go put this back in. It's possible I'll end up replacing the actual connectors, repinning them for this, but more than likely this one's going to be good to go. Okay, so we got the soundboard put back together into the game. Got the connector plugged in, both of them. The speaker and then the main one here for it. So let's go ahead and kick the power on and check it out. Waiting for it to... All right, there's our first chime. Sounds great. Actually may have been just a tiny little bit better. There used to be just a little bit of a static, and I'm not hearing that at all now, so could have been one of the caps. All right, so what's left, folks? I mentioned about doing these connectors, and I will tell you, I have restroked these a few times, and the problems that I had seen earlier with, some of the lights not working or switches not working, that has totally disappeared. I've made a decision now. I don't think that I'm actually going to repin these. I don't know that they really need it. I thought that they were going to need it, but just now by, kind of restroking everything, inserting it a couple times, my confidence is a whole lot higher on this, and I don't want to, do unnecessary work, really. Those connectors are kind of a handful anyway. So I think we may be done. Let's go ahead and give it a whole test play. All right, let's play a game. All right, get the ball in the shooter lane. Let's see. Yeah, the flippers feel really good. Of course, I've got the glass off right now, so it's a lot louder. Seems to be playing actually quite well. All right, come on. Yeah, hits hard, hits nice. Oh, get over there. Oh. All right, let's go for at least one more ball here. There we go. Got the drop targets down. Oh. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, tilted it. Well, that's a good ending. Well, let's go ahead and end this. I think I got it set for 3 balls. Wait, I didn't even launch the ball. Wait, what do we got going on here? Are we dead? No, we're not, because I never did get the ball past the shooter. There we go. Now we're dead. All right. End the game. All right, folks. We are declaring victory. Thanks for watching the whole series of videos. Hope this was fun. Maybe I don't know, learn something that could benefit a restoration project you might be doing, and just enjoy it in general. So again, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next project. We've got a couple in the queue, so stay tuned.